Eyewitness News at 10.
Good evening and thanks for tuning in for your area's 10 o'clock local update. I'm Drew Keogh. The top story in the area, as well as in the state, is the death of Senator Paul Wellstone, who died in a plane crash near Eveleth this morning. Senator Wellstone was just in Alexandria and other parts of west central Minnesota this past Wednesday. He was defending himself against the latest negative ads designed to hurt his campaign. And now, all politics aside, everyone has been shocked by the news of the plane crash that has killed United States Senator Paul Wellstone and 7 other people.
I was just utterly shocked. I can't believe it. I think after all this problem we've had in D.C., you know, and this happening and finally that's solved, and all of a sudden we have another problem.
It's too bad. I guess I haven't heard much about it. Just a few things on the radio. It's too bad with the elections just a few weeks away that had to happen. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are thinking about him and his family.
You know, you hear all the campaigns that are going on today, and you know, you wonder what anybody's doing, but you know, I thought he was a good person.
Senator Wellstone won his first seat as Minnesota Senator in 1990 and was pushing for his 3rd term at the age of 58 years old. Senator Wellstone's death has also put DFL campaign headquarters across the state in a somber mood. Right here in Alexandria, the DFL base displayed flowers and remembrances of the late senator, including this sign which grieves for all those who died in the plane crash. Those working for the campaign struggled with a mix of emotions.
It's just been an overwhelming bit of news that came through on the screen. I was home cleaning the house and I saw the news. It's just an incredible tragedy that's unthinkable.
Wellstone, his wife Sheila, their daughter Marcia, and 3 staff members along with 2 pilots all died in this morning's crash. An accident involving a truck and a tractor in central Minnesota has killed 1 person. The accident happened in Meeker County near Cosmos. According to authorities, a man driving a pickup truck ran into some farm machinery that was being pulled by a tractor. The driver of the tractor was not injured. The truck driver killed in the accident was from Howard Lake. 3 people have been arrested in Brainerd for an armed robbery. The robbery allegedly occurred at a liquor store in Baxter Wednesday night. Police say at least 2 of the people were armed, one with a handgun and the other with a bat when they robbed the store. The 2 adults and then the juvenile were later arrested. Cash was taken. No one was injured. The suspects are being held in the Crow Wing County Jail. The Pillager School District could have a strike on its hands as early as next Tuesday. 25 union members have the right to strike October 29th. But they still must vote on whether to strike. Members of the union include cooks, dishwashers, van drivers, secretaries, and custodians, just to name a few. The group has been working without a contract since June of this year. Well, all around the country, organizations are displaying red ribbons throughout the towns to encourage a drug-free life, including the Target Market Group of Henning. Reporter Dan Williamson has more.
Figuratively, they painted the town of Henning red these past few days as part of National Red Ribbon Week.
Our Target Market Group has been going around to elementary classrooms and mentoring throughout the week.
But for the Henning Public Schools Target Market Group, red doesn't reflect anger, rage, or school colors.
The red represents the bloodshed of the officers that were killed by drug traffickers, and so we decided to wear red to symbolize this throughout the entire week.
All week long, the Target Market Group out of Henning has been going around town using ribbons such as these to remind everybody to have a drug-free lifestyle.
What we've been doing is we've been going around the town putting red ribbons in the windshield wipers of cars and giving them to people as we see them and telling them that drugs are bad and to celebrate a drug-free life.
This is a ribbon. It says celebrate a drug-free life. It's just to go around in the cars and put them on there so if anybody sees it, they know to have a drug-free life, and that's what we're sponsoring.
Ribbons weren't the only thing dispensed, as the Target marketers hope to educate adults, but also children. As a result, elementary classrooms received Halloween bags, bookmarks, and pencils in order to spread the message, which so far has been well received.
It is very bad for you health-wise, and now like even 6th graders through 10th grade, that's like the years where they see older people doing it or they see their parents do it, and if you talk to them not to do it, it'll get through to them a lot more.
Reporting from Henning, Dan Williamson, KSAX Eyewitness News.
If you'd like more information on Target Market, you can visit their website at www.tmvoice.com. Well, it's another cold day out there. Will it warm up for the weekend? For more, let's check in with meteorologist Mark Anthony in the Weather Center.
Hey, thanks, Drew. We're hoping for temperatures to moderate a tad bit. We're talking about 40s for highs over the weekend, although normal highs this time of the year should be right around 52 degrees across portions of central Minnesota. How about those highs and lows today? Well, Alexandria seeing a high today of only 37 degrees. How about that? Morning low of 31. Also, St. Cloud seeing a high today of 39, Twin Cities 42 for a high, Redwood Falls 40, Wilmer 39, and Bemidji topping out at 36 after a morning low of 18. Well, your almanac today, Big Ole in the background there. Sunset 6:18 on the rise tomorrow morning, 7:51, normal high this time of the year. 52, normal low of 33, record high in the state. Wouldn't that be nice? 81 set back in 1989. By the way, this is the weekend. We do set those clocks back 1 hour. Remember the old adage, spring ahead, fall back. Before you go to bed Saturday night, tomorrow night, set those clocks back so you'll be running on time for church. Well, Doppler radar right now is picking up some mist across portions of eastern Minnesota. Some light flurries, a possibility tonight in a few scattered spots too. So look for a little drizzle and a few flurries across the state. Satellite view at this hour across the upper Midwest. We're seeing some low-level clouds out there. Look for maybe some partial clearing tonight, although mostly cloudy skies should prevail across much of the state. Of course, you've heard about Senator Paul Wellstone's plane going down at about 11 a.m. this morning. Conditions in Eveleth were 31 degrees, some freezing rain and some fog. We'll have to wait from the reports from the FAA if that had any bearing on that crash today, but all that moisture is pushed off well to the east. Our temperatures 36 degrees in Bismarck, 33 in Rapid City along the lakeshore in Duluth, 34 degrees, 39 in the Twin Cities. Temperatures to the north, 34 in Bemidji and in Brainerd, 32 in Park Rapids. Little Falls checking in at 34, 36 in Wheaton, southern third of the viewing area. Temperatures in the 30s, 37 in both Vesta and in Wilmer. Surface map at this hour showing cool front moving in. Well, once you know that, another one, of course, one series after another, low pressure in control. We're going to be seeing that hanging around really for the weekend, although temperatures will moderate just a little bit. By tomorrow, we'll see temperatures approaching 40 across southern Minnesota. High pressure will be in control off to the west, but another developing system right now off into the west, which could bring some more moisture by Sunday night on into Monday. Here's our forecast for the weekend, mostly cloudy. Some scattered flurries, maybe some drizzle too possible. Not out of the question, some patchy fog, lows tonight in the 20s. West winds at 5 to 10. Then forward tomorrow, your weekend, mostly cloudy in the morning. Hopefully some partial clearing during the afternoon, some scattered drizzle or some flurries, still a possibility. 38 Alexandria, 34 in Bemidji, but southwestern Minnesota could see some low 40s, northwest winds 5 to 10. Your 5-day outlook, 40 for a high on Sunday, 45 by Monday, but a chance of some rain mixed with some snow. Coming up for the trick-or-treaters on Thursday, Drew, we can see highs only in the mid to upper 20s. Back to you.
Cold day to get some candy. Thanks for the update, Mark. And thank you for tuning in tonight for your local update. KSTP returns after the break with more on today's top stories. Have a good evening.
KSAX, KRWF, Alexandria, Redwood.
32 degrees. Now to the north, temperatures of the area. Bemidji is at 34, as well as Brainerd, Fergus Falls, and Hackensack at 36 degrees. Central part of the viewing area, Wheaton is at a cool 30 degrees, while Alexandria is at 33 degrees. To the south part of the region, Wilmer, Montevideo, and Canby all in at 34 degrees, and Vesta in at a cool 32 degrees. Today, for the weather, you can be expecting a chance of rain to the south and snow to the north. And today's highs in Bemidji may break 40. The rest of the area can expect mid to lower 40s for today's highs. Tonight's lows, you can be looking at low 30s, low to mid 30s. Into the cool area is Bemidji, low maybe down to 28 degrees with a light mix of snow and rain possible all throughout the night. Tomorrow's highs you can be expecting mid to upper 30s, and a cool day up in Bemidji may not even break into the 30s. A lot more clouds, and another chance of rain and snow throughout the day. Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Mostly cloudy to start off the week with flurries and light rain, and it continues on through the week with rain and snow possible with mostly clouds, but a cool down throughout the end of the week. A real cool day for Halloween. Kids, wear your warmest costumes you possibly can with some snow and may not even break freezing mark. In news this week, an underage driver led Wilmer police on a chase through town over the weekend. Around 5 o'clock Saturday afternoon, the Wilmer Police Department attempted a routine traffic stop. The suspect then took off, leading authorities through Wilmer. The chase lasted over 5 minutes and ended in the suspect's driveway, where all occupants fled the vehicle. The 15-year-old driver was taken into custody and later released. A 17-year-old male passenger was arrested on an outstanding warrant. A youth ministry group out of Sauk Center is doing something special for some families they may never meet. It's getting colder by the week, and this youth ministry group from Sauk Center is prepared for this winter, but they know there are thousands of people in the state who aren't.
When we first thought of doing this, we wanted to do something to help out the community and everybody, but we didn't really know what to do for Sauk, so we thought that we would do something for the people down in Minneapolis, because we know that there's a lot of homeless people and we just felt like we needed to do something, so we decided to do this drive.
The drive is the Blanket, Coat, and Sheet Drive, hoping to provide some warmth for some families who are in need. As the group works together with members from their community, they know that more likely than not, they'll never meet those who receive their gifts, but they know they've done something special.
I think they'll appreciate it a lot, because we know that there's a lot of people that don't have enough stuff, clothes and blankets and sheets and stuff, so I'm sure they'll appreciate it a lot.
People are so giving. We've had people make handmade baby quilts, other quilts, brand new stuff that they've dropped off. People are just more than willing to give.
And give they did, as the drive raised over 250 blankets, nearly 400 coats, and hundreds of sheets that will help bring some warmth to some underprivileged families across the state. In Sauk Center, Drew Keel, KSAX Eyewitness News. The Sauk Center Youth Ministry Group continued collecting blankets, coats, and sheets throughout the weekend and donated all items to the Sharing and Caring Hands in the Twin Cities. Well, I'll do it for this local update. Thanks for tuning in. KSTP returns after the break. Have a great day.
At Subway, we put passion back in fashion.
So how was lunch, Bob?
Magnifico! Try Subway's savory Caesar chicken, the taste of a Caesar salad in a sub. Roasted chicken breast, rich Caesar dressing, tasty veggies, crunchy croutons, and Parmesan cheese on fresh baked gourmet bread. Subway's savory Caesar chicken sub.
Ciao, Bob.
Subway, eat fresh.
Ooh, a Michelina's bowls are just a for me.
Made it with a Mama Michelina's recipe. Not about a much, just a top of quality. Hey, Michelina's. Michelina's bowls are just a ranch slicer. Bowls of Michelina's for a much satisfies. Top of quality and the price of extra present. Hey, Michelina's.
You sing bowls and home-style bowls from Michelina's.
Top of quality and the price of nice surprise.
Hey, Michelina's. Yeah!
The tough, rugged Kia Sportage. With its truck frame construction, large cargo space, and 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The Sportage is designed to make it easy to get out. And now it's incredibly easy to get in with $3,000 cash back on every new Sportage.
Visit your Greater Twin Cities Kia retailers. Hurry, offer ends soon.
After all the accolades Ford Focus has received, there's not much left for the press to say except, bye-bye.
Because with 0% financing for 60 months or $2,500 cash back, the 2002 Focus won't be hanging around for very long. Supplies of the best-selling car in the world are already running low, so don't miss your chance for the best deals of the year on Focus. 0% financing for 60 months or $2,500 cash back. Don't miss out. Get to your local Northland Ford dealer now.
For 15 years, the staff at KSAX-KRWF-TV has been committed to you, the viewer, and the community. A commitment that has brought you local news, weather, sports, and the finest in ABC programming. We're committed to bringing you 11 local news and weather updates during the weekday, and the only local weekend news, plus the area's only local news and weather.
Select 2003 Mercury vehicles. See your local Mercury dealer today.
From KSAX-TV, this is Eyewitness News Morning.
Good morning, and thanks for tuning in for this morning's local news and weather update. I'm Drew Keogh. The time now is 7:24. Cool start to the work week with clouds hovering across much of the viewing area. Let's take a live look now at NextRad radar. Little action up north, little precipitation, not much down to the south. No accumulation out of that stuff to the north, though. Let's take a look now at the regional temperatures. 35 in Fargo, 32 up near Superior and Duluth, and 32 degrees down in Worthington to the north part of the viewing area. Bemidji is in at a cool 34, as well as Brainerd. Walker, even colder at 32 degrees. Central part of the viewing area today. Alexandria is in at 33 degrees. Sauk Center, warm spot, 36, and Villard at 34. To the south part of the viewing area, Benson and Canby at 34 degrees, as well as Montevideo and Tracy and Avesta at a cool 32 degrees. Today's temperatures, you can be expecting mid to lower 40s in most of the region, and Bemidji you might not even break 40. Good chance of light rain throughout the day and light snow to the north, light rain to the south. Tonight you can be expecting some cooler temperatures. Bemidji a low 28. Wilmer, Redwood Falls, and Marshall, Alexandria all in the mid to lower 30 for tonight's lows. And tomorrow you can be looking for another day of cloudy skies, chance of rain to the south, and chance of snow to the north. Bemidji might not break 30 tomorrow, and the rest of the viewing area is looking at upper 30s for their highs. Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. It starts out the work week with some clouds and light snow and light rain, and it goes on throughout the week. Chance of rain 40% throughout the week, getting cooler at the end of the week, and on Thursday, Halloween trick-or-treating, going to be cold. Chance of flurries and not even into the 30s for the highs that day. And in news this weekend, authorities in Alexandria are expected to announce the name of the victim who died in a downtown Alexandria fire last week. The blaze broke out around 6:30 Thursday evening. Most of the people inside the building were able to escape unharmed. The Alexandria and Osakis fire departments responded to the call of smoke billowing out of the second floor apartment window. At least 3 of the 7 apartment complexes in the building were severely damaged in the blaze. Tune in today throughout the day for more updates on this story. The Pillager School District could have a strike on its hands as early as tomorrow. 25 union members have the right to strike October 29th, but they still must vote on whether to strike. Members of the union include cooks, dishwashers, van drivers, secretaries, and custodians, just to name a few. The group has been working without a contract since June of this year. Well, I'll do it for this local update. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in throughout the day for more local news and weather updates. KSTP returns after the break. Have a good day.
KSAX, KRWF, Alexandria, Redwood Falls.
I've had nothing but airline.
Online. Stamps. At ATMs. Along with your local post office. Wherever you find this symbol, you'll find stamps. Conveniently located. Brought to you by the United States Postal Service.
Meow 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 meow.
Meow Mix comes in 2 varieties, original and seafood middles, with crunchy centers bursting with seafood flavor.
Meow 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 meow.
Great. Now that song's gonna be stuck in my head all day.
Meow Mix tastes so good, cats ask for it by name. Meow.
Windmill Ponds, changing to meet your needs.
A sense of place.
Companionship.
A sense of belonging.
Warmth.
You'll find this and more at Windmill Ponds, a community that offers comfortable, independent living with optional services for people 55 and over. At Windmill Ponds, you'll enjoy a fun, independent lifestyle with expanded staff and amenities. If you'd like a tour or more information about our changing services, call 320-759-2132.
Imagine curling up with a good book and a hot cup of coffee and a blanket and 2 sweaters and an extra pair of socks. Is this how you conserve energy? With zone-controlled electric radiant heat, you can conserve energy and enjoy warm comfort. It lets you control the heat in each room in your home separately. That means you control the cost.
For more ways to conserve energy, call our Idea Center. One more advantage from Otter Tail Power Company.
This local news update is brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company.
From KSAX-TV, this is Eyewitness News Morning.
Good morning and thanks for tuning in for this morning's local news and weather update. I'm Drew Kehoe. The time now is 8:26 and it's a cool start to the work week with clouds hovering across much of the viewing area. Let's take a live look now at NextRad Radar. You can see there's a little cluster of precipitation to the north part of the viewing area heading towards Park Rapids and Bemidji. Not much expected out of that. Let's take a look at the regional temperatures. Bismarck going up to 38 degrees and Rapid City a cool 27 and 36 degrees in the Twin Cities. Now let's take a look at the area's temperatures. Bemidji and Brainerd a cool 34 degrees. Fergus Falls and Hackensack warming up to 36 degrees today. And in the central part of the viewing area, Alexandria is at 33. Wheaton at a cool 30 degrees. Little Falls, the high spot, 36 degrees today. And in the south part of the viewing area, Benson, Canby, Granite Falls, and Montevideo all at 36 degrees. The cool part of the south part of the viewing area is Vesta at 33 degrees. Let's take a look at your local forecast for today. Mostly cloudy, 40% chance of rain to the south and snow to the north. 39 degrees in Bemidji expected and mid to lower 40s for highs in the rest of the viewing area. Tonight you can be expecting some cooler temperatures. Bemidji might not even stay into the 30s. Might get as cold as 28 degrees. A good mix of rain and snow is possible with plenty of clouds throughout the night. And tomorrow you can be expecting cooler temperatures, 30s, upper 30s, no 40s looking like for tomorrow. Good chance of rain and possible snow across much of the viewing area. Let's take a look now at the 5-day forecast. Week starts out with clouds, possible snow, possible rain in much of the viewing area, and it goes on throughout the week like that. Cools on at the end of the week. Cold Halloween for all those trick-or-treaters, possible snow, and maybe even down to the lower teens for the low on that day. And in news today, Cass County Court grand jury has indicted a Cass Lake man on 10 criminal counts in connection with an August 20th arson case that claimed the life of a Duluth woman. 20-year-old Cheyenne Anthony Boudreaux was indicted on first-degree felony intentional murder charges, along with 9 other charges ranging from assault to murder and arson. Boudreaux has been charged for his involvement in an arson fire at the mobile home of Jim and Della Jones, the same fire that killed 25-year-old Faye Nilsson of Duluth. Boudreaux's bail has been set at $300,000. Well, I'll do it for this local news and weather update. Good Morning America returns after the break. Have a good day.
KSAX, KRWF, Alexandria, Redwood Falls. Hit the mark at 5 and 6 with news and weather from KSAX, KRWF-TV. Mark Vanderwerf brings you years of experience and knowledge about the news and the people in our area. News that's important to you and your community. Clear and accurate. You can depend on him. Mark Anthony brings you weather updates to keep you informed on changing weather patterns that affect you and your family. Weather reports and forecasts for your information. Clear and accurate weather information you can depend on. KSAX, KRWF-TV brings you more news, more weather, more often.
For great carpet, head to Menards. Choose from over 2,500 carpets by Shaw, all on sale, including Corrington Attached Pad Berber. It has superior wear and stain resistance, just 77 cents a square foot. For a great laminate floor, check out Crystal Plus by Uniboard, featuring a lifetime warranty against stains, wear, and fading. Plus, installation is a snap in 4 colors, $249 a square foot. For a floor you'll adore, shop Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Good Morning America's hitting the road again, and we want you to tell Diane and Charlie where to go. Robin and Tony, too.
The last time you told us where to go, Diane ended up painting an apartment. Charlie spent the night in a college dorm. But where will you send them next? Should they help you pack for your move? Ask your boss for a raise? Help you pop the big question? Send us an email today. Tell us where you want Charlie and Diane to go, and we could be pulling into your hometown, maybe even your driveway, and soon. Look out, America, here we come.
Good morning, America. Nice to see you. Hope you all had a good weekend. It is a good Monday morning. I'm Charles Gibson.
I think everybody here had a great weekend. I'm Robin Roberts. Diane Sawyer's on assignment today.
Yep, they've all sobered up and come to join us this morning here in the studio. Ahead this half hour, we're going to show you a hot trend among female celebrities. They are wearing men's clothes.
Who they feel has made a positive difference. Just send a letter to KSAX-TV stating what teacher you would like to nominate and why. A teacher will be selected monthly and will be awarded the Crystal Apple Award. Send your letter to Crystal Apple Award, KSAX-TV, Box 189, Alexandria, Minnesota, 56308.
From KSAX-TV, this is Eyewitness News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for tuning in for your area's only local weekend update. I'm Drew Keogh. Otter Tail County authorities are investigating what appears to be an apparent murder-suicide. Authorities received a report from a concerned family member around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The family member was concerned that somebody in the family may have been a victim of a shooting. Upon their arrival at the home near Erhard, Otter Tail County authorities discovered a 35-year-old man and a 33-year-old woman dead. No further information has been released. Authorities are expected to release the names of the victims and more information about this case early next week. Well, if you missed last week's edition of Sports Beat, it was a blur with several area football teams fighting their way to make it to the state tournament. Two of the state's top 10 big schools fought their way through for the Section 8 5A championship game as the Alexandria Cardinals visited the conference champions, Brainerd Warriors. Scoring began in a hurry in this one as Alexandria on their first possession of the game would score on this 75-yard run by Jason Erickson, comes off the end and up the sidelines to put the Cardinals up 7-0 early in this one. The Cards will continue to put the pressure on the undefeated Brainerd Warriors as they come right back. With a good old quarterback keeper by Dan Einerson, the Cardinals would add the extra point and go up 21-0 at this point. It seemed as if the Cardinals were going to fly away easily with this section championship, as after this nice fullback dive would turn into a touchdown for Alexandria's Tom Steidel, and the Cardinals will go up 28-0. But the Warriors would come back and show they do have plenty of fight, but their fight would be just short. As Alexandria wins this one 31-28 and goes on to the state tournament. Congratulations to them and all other teams that made it to this year's state high school football tournament. Good luck to you guys. Well, 2 for 2 so far for November. It's a little cold out there so far, but 2 wonderful days with clear skies and not too much wind. For the latest in your local weather forecast, let's go over to Mike LaPointe in the Weather Center.
Thanks a lot, Drew. A pretty nice day here across Minnesota. Temperatures mainly in the upper 30s to lower 40s. We're at 39 degrees, 41 in Fargo. Out in the Twin Cities, current temperature there at 44. The satellite picture shows you pretty quiet conditions, and that'll be the story as we go toward the overnight period. Maybe a few clouds here and there, but for the most part, it should be dry. Here's your forecast, and for the rest of this evening, partly cloudy, 24 degrees for the low, a southwest wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, should be a repeat performance of today, 43 degrees for your high. As we look ahead, Monday, not bad. High temperature around 40 degrees. And then on Tuesday, that's election day. Could see some rain or snow, 36 degrees. Wednesday and Thursday, dry with partly cloudy conditions. Highs in the upper 30s to lower 40s. Back to you.
All right, thanks for the update, Mike. And thank you for tuning in tonight for your local update. KSTP returns after the break with bottom to top coverage of today's action in Big Ten football. Join us again at 10. Until then, enjoy your evening.
This is Mike Hatch. He picks fights with people and gets a lot of ink, but he hasn't done the job for you. I'm Tom Kelly.
Northwest, 1 mile west from Belton on County Road 82.
From KSAX-TV, this is Eyewitness News at 10.
Good evening and thanks for tuning in for your area's only local weekend update. I'm Drew Keogh. Otter Tail County authorities are investigating what appears to be an apparent murder-suicide. Authorities received a report from a concerned family member around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The family member was concerned that somebody in the family may have been a victim of a shooting. Upon their arrival at a home near Earhart, Otter Tail County authorities discovered a 35-year-old man and a 33-year-old woman dead at the scene. No further information has been released. Authorities are expected to release the names of the victims and more information about this case early next week. A Lakefield man is dead after a tractor fire on a southwestern Minnesota farm yesterday afternoon. Jackson County authorities report 79-year-old Harold Fisher was driving a tractor when the tractor caught fire and severely burned him. He was then transported to the Worthington Regional Hospital where he later died. Authorities report the fire happened at Darrell Fisher's farm in Lakefield. Well, the recent weather has hindered this year's farm harvest. Most farmers are having bumper crops this fall, but now they're having trouble getting them out of the ground. Recent rain and snow on top of this summer's heavy rainfalls have made the harvest very difficult. By the end of last summer, some spots in central Minnesota had seen precipitation as much as 10 inches above normal. There are also reports that recent frost has killed up to 15% of the regional sugar beet crop. Although sugar beet farmers are disappointed about losing some of their crop, they're also happy about the nearly 85% success rate of their harvest in these poor conditions. A train derailment in Wilmer last night caused some major traffic delays. No injuries were reported, but authorities were forced to shut down a 15-square-block area surrounding an intersection where two train cars had derailed. The accident occurred around 7:30 last night on the west end of town. One of the derailed cars contained sodium hydroxide. The authorities do report there was no leaking and no hazard to the people or the environment in that area. Again, no injuries were reported from that derailment, and traffic is flowing like normal once again. Well, the Food and Drug Administration has approved a new cholesterol-lowering prescription medication, the first in a new class of prescription drugs since statin was introduced 15 years ago. Most people understand the importance of dieting and exercising to maintain a healthy cholesterol level. But for some people, the combination of dieting, exercising, and even a prescription drug just isn't enough.
Drugs alone with diet and exercise may not be enough for certain people. And so it's important that we develop new drugs that work in different ways and that can add to those that we already have available to the physician and to the patient.
Zetia, a new prescription drug approved by the FDA, is giving people with high cholesterol levels a new option to live a healthier lifestyle.
We were very pleased in the studies of this new agent, Zetia. It's the first new class in 15 years that we've had an opportunity to work with. And one pill once a day was well tolerated and had very nice reductions in LDL cholesterol.
LDL is a name physicians use for a particle in the blood that damages your arteries. For more information, you can contact your physician. Well, I think our hopes of getting back to normal temperatures are over. But besides the temperatures, we're 2 for 2 in November with sunny skies and wonderful conditions. But will the temperatures ever go back on a rise? For more, let's check in with meteorologist Mike LaPointe in the Weather Center.
Thanks a lot, Drew. Pretty nice evening out there. Few clouds, but for the most part, mainly clear skies here across western and eastern Minnesota. We're at 30 degrees, 27 in the Brainerd area, down to 18 already up in Grand Marais. Twin Cities checks in right at 35 degrees. Here is the satellite picture to show you what's going on. Pretty quiet conditions, just a few high, thin clouds passing through the area. Heavier cloud cover, though, staying to the south of us down in Iowa, as well as Missouri and parts of Illinois. I don't think we'll be too much bothered by the clouds or the rain later on tonight because it's going to be dry. We're still under the influence of high pressure, and that means pretty quiet conditions. We're going to watch a cold front advance in from the north and west, and it shouldn't make any headway as we go toward later on tonight and tomorrow. So I think it won't pass through our region until maybe very late tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll see a few more clouds from it. It should be a dry day tomorrow with partly sunny skies out there. There's a little bit of snow in the forecast for the southern part of the Dakotas as well as northern Nebraska. No snow tonight, partly cloudy, 24 degrees for the low, a southwest wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow we'll see a high around 43 with a mixture of sun and clouds. And then as we look ahead, here comes the front late Sunday into Monday. Mainly just some clouds from it for the most part. 40 degrees for the high on Monday. Little rain, snow mixture on Election Day, 36. And then quiet and warmer by the mid and end of the week. Highs will be in the mid to upper 40s. Back to you.
All right, thanks for the update, Mike. Well, if you missed last night's edition of Sports Beat, it was a blur with several area football teams trying to make it to state. The feature game was two of the state's top 10 big schools. They were fighting it out for the Section 8 5A championship as the Alexandria Cardinals visited the conference champions, Brainerd Warriors. And the scoring began in this one in a hurry as Alexandria on their first possession of the game would score on this 75-yard run by Jason Erickson, who comes off the end and then up the sidelines to put the Cardinals up early in this one, 7-0. the Cards would continue to put the pressure on the undefeated Brainerd Warriors as they come right back, and with the good old quarterback keeper by Dan Einerson, the Cards would add the extra point and go up 21-0 at this point. It seemed the Cardinals were going to fly away easily with this section championship, as after this nice spin move, this fullback dive would turn into a touchdown for Alexandria's fullback Tom Steidel. And the Cards would go up 28-0, but the Warriors showed they had plenty of fight in them, coming back and making a game out of it. But Alexandria wins this one 31-28. Other area teams making it to state this year include Fergus Falls beating Detroit Lakes 27-12. Now their action across the area bowl defeated Redwood Valley 41-7, and Albany came out on fire in the second half of their game, winning that one 41-25. Other action across the state includes Roseau defeating Perham 46-37, and Holdingford losing to Norwood Young America. Ottertail Central upends Canby 21-0. And Osaka Silver Street keeps their streak alive, defeating KMS, winning that one 41-14, as Pillager defeats Parker's Prairie in a nail-biter 16-14. And Chicago Alberta Herman Norcross upends Hancock 39-12, as Verndale keeps their streak alive as they win over Io 42-14. We'd like to wish all those teams good luck, and we'd also like to congratulate the Staples Motley Cross Country boys team as they take home this year's state championship for the Class A. Congratulations to them. Well, one of the nation's top Division II women's college basketball teams made a visit to Alexandria today. The Southwest State Mustang women's basketball team is currently ranked number 10 in the polls, and this morning they shared some of their secrets with some Alexandria hoopsters.
It's good to come back to good programs and see good coaching, and the young kids, the things that they can do nowadays is just tremendous. They're always improving. Every year that we go out to a high school to do a clinic like this or to do a scrimmage, it's amazing to see some of those younger kids and what they're able to do. So it's fun for us to get back here and get in touch with those kids, and as well for them to be around our players that are now playing college basketball and something that they hope they can do later on in their life.
One of those who was an Alexandria star and is now with the Mustangs is senior Shelly Schoneck, who enjoyed the visit and knows what a clinic like today's means to the Alexandria basketball program.
I was that girl, you know, five years ago, and when people came back that were older and worked with us, I mean, that made you feel good to know that they wanted to come back and help you and do all that stuff with you. So I think that it's great.
To have Shelly and her team come up and work with our youth during the preseason here is really exciting, and it's fun to have Shelly come back home. She's a quality athlete, and she's really a fun person. It's pretty neat to see how she's grown up into such a great athlete, and she's an incredible young woman. So she's a great role model for our kids.
A couple of Shelly's achievements in her college career include Defensive Player of the Year and last year's conference tournament MVP. Both teams begin their seasons later this month. Well, that'll do it for this local update. Thanks for tuning in. KSTP returns after the break with sports. Have yourself a good evening.
Perry's Furniture is celebrating 46 years with special savings. Take advantage of Perry's free interior design service and see what Perry's can do for you. Everything in the dining room department is 10% below sale price, and solid wood kitchen chairs starting at $46. Take one.
And if a wish can make it be, I wish you spend every day of your happy life with me. Sweet happy life.
You want the best? You get a Ford. You want the best choices? You get to your Northland Ford dealer. Because nobody in the world has a more versatile lineup when it comes to sport utility vehicles. Choose from a huge selection of rugged sport utilities, like the 2003 Ford Explorer, with a smoother, more comfortable ride, third row seating, and an available Triton V8 engine. All with 0% financing or $2,000 cash back. The best sport utilities, the best choices. It's the lineup no one can match. Only at your local Northland Ford dealer.
It is not living that is important, but living rightly.
Experience the movie acclaimed by audiences and critics across the country.
What will your contribution be?
The Emperor's Club is a rare and intelligent work, a wonderful film. Kevin Kline is extraordinary, and Jeffrey Lyons calls it inspiring and unforgettable. Sure to be one of the year's best.
How will history remember you?
The Emperor's Club, rated PG-13, at theaters Friday, November 22nd.
Heating costs are going up. Cut energy losses with a Larson storm and screen door from Menards. The MagnaCore door has magnetic weather stripping to seal tight like a refrigerator. On sale in 2 styles, $165. Save up to 33% on your heating bills with a Honeywell programmable year-round thermostat. This model can run separate programs for weekdays and weekends. On sale $29.99. Plus, don't pay till 2004 now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
I don't know how you do it.
Do what?
A big and tasty for just $1. You can't even buy this pen for $1.
Oh.
Actually, it's about $4,000.
Got a buck? You're in luck. Hurry in for a delicious big and tasty, a McChicken sandwich, or add another one of your favorite tastes to your meal for just $1 each. A McDonald's dollar menu every day.
Could I borrow your pen?
Fly somewhere in the Acura TL Type S.
From KSAX-TV, this is Eyewitness News at 10.
Good evening and thanks for tuning in for your area's only 10 o'clock local update. I'm Drew Keogh. The search for a missing Brainerd woman continued today as authorities organized a search for any clues that would lead to the whereabouts of Erica Dahlquist. Reporter Dan Williamson was there and has more on the story.
If that doesn't take too long, then you'll be able to come back to the bridge and go south.
A collection of camouflage and blaze orange assembled together at the Crow Wing County Fairgrounds for a search much tougher than a needle in a haystack, but a search much, much more important. Erica Dahlquist has been missing since the 29th of October, and her disappearance has led to a major search of the Brainerd area, including this gravel pit. Police are looking for any and all leads, but at this point, they're saying she could be anywhere.
We're targeting areas that are not normally traveled by people, so we're going to be hitting some pretty remote areas in close proximity to the city.
Roughly 80 volunteers donated their time and effort to gather evidence that will put them on a trail that eventually leads to a safe Erica.
We believe that Erica left the Tropical Nights bar or that area with a white male with brown hair. That's the only description we have. We are hoping that somebody who was in that area that night will come forward and tell us what they saw, who may have been with Erica, and any other information they may have.
In the meantime, searchers will continue to look for that special needle to show up in this haystack of nature, alive. Until that happens, the authorities still want your help.
We believe that somebody knows something about Erica's whereabouts, and we want them to contact us. This would be very unusual for her to go this length of time without contacting family or friends.
With photographer Nick Gronowski in Brainerd, Dan Williamson, KSAX Eyewitness News.
At this hour, police are still looking for any clues or information in this case. Dahlquist is described as 5 feet 4 inches tall with brown hair and blue eyes. A $10,000 reward is now being offered for any information that would help solve this case. If you know anything about this case, please, you are being asked to call the Brainerd Police Department at the number you see there on your screen. Also today, authorities in Collegeville continued their search for a missing St. John's student. Joshua Guimon is a junior at the University of St. John's. He was last seen Saturday night leaving a party at St. John's. Since then, authorities have been searching on the campus and off the campus by foot, horseback, and through the air with a helicopter. But so far, no clues have been found. If you know any information about Guimon's disappearance, you are being asked to call the Stearns County Sheriff's Office at 320-251-4240. Jury selection in the trial of a Wilmer man accused of killing his child began today. 25-year-old Tyler Bratch is being charged with second-degree manslaughter. Authorities allege Bratch was surfing the internet while his 13-month-old son drowned in the bathtub. An examination of the computer showed it had been in continuous use for more than 3 hours. The Schwann's convenience food plant in Marshall has been closed after an early Monday morning fire. A company official says the plant will remain closed for several days. Marshall Fire Chief Mark Claith says the fire started in one of the 3 fryers of the plant. No one was hurt in the fire. Claith says most of the damage was contained to the one fryer, but smoke damage did occur throughout the plant. The company is not sure how much damage the fire caused or what costs will be lost in production. About 60 people work at that plant in Marshall. Well, it's time now for a short break, but coming up we'll check in with meteorologist Mark Anthony, who's standing by with your area's only local weather forecast.
Thinking of a new home? Well then, stop by Anderson Homes in Sebeka. Come in and take a walk through your new home today. Check out the beautiful modular home village. Gorgeous modular homes by Wisconsin and dynamic setup just for you. Plus choose from the area's best selection of manufactured homes by Friendship and Rolo Home. All ready for immediate delivery and setup. There's no waiting. Serving you for over 50 years and beyond. Check out their website, Anderson Homes in Sebeka.
Hello, I'm Pat Sullivan from the Rustic Ridge Store in beautiful downtown Alexandria. As many of you know, we recently had a fire in our building and we lost all the contents in our store. We've had many calls offering help and prayers from people who don't even know. It is truly amazing. My wife and I and our family and our staff would like to thank the people who helped us the night of the fire and all of those people who have called. It means so much to us. We would like to wish you and your loved ones a happy and blessed Thanksgiving.
Cass County authorities are deciding what to do with their canine program this week. Last month, the county's police dog Kilo was accidentally struck by a car and killed near the dog's home. The dog was part of the sheriff's department for the past 2 years and was a great asset to the force. The dog was insured, and right now the department is deciding whether to buy another dog and have another deputy train that new dog. Well, the Minnesota State Patrol wants to make sure your commute home is safe. The message is clear. It's watch for deer. Auto shops and insurance agents say they are very busy handling deer car accidents. Every year, more than 19,000 accidents happen in Minnesota. DNR officials say if you see one deer, there's probably at least one more in the area. State Patrol out of Detroit Lakes reported just last week of having 40 deer car collisions. Well, it looks as if there may be some more snow in the future. For more, let's check in with meteorologist Mark Anthony, who's in the Weather Center with your area's only local weather forecast.
Hey, thanks, Drew. Yeah, we do have a system setting up that could bring us a mixture of some rain and some snow by tomorrow. Looks like the best chance of seeing some accumulation across portions of northern Minnesota up around Bemidji. They could pick up anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches. Portions of central Minnesota from Alexandria, St. Cloud could maybe see around 1 inch of snowfall for tomorrow. Well, how about those temperatures for today? Alexandria, 37 for high, 24 for low. St. Cloud topping out at 43. That's about 6 degrees above normal for St. Cloud. Twin Cities, 47 for high. Redwood Falls at KRWF, 48 for high, starting off the day at 25. And Brainerd, 35. Bemidji, a cool 30 degrees. Low this morning was 18. It's going to be even cooler in that neck of the woods coming up overnight. We could see single digits up around Bemidji and Walker by early on tomorrow morning. Well, our almanac for today, sunset 4:53 on the rise tomorrow morning on a Wednesday, midweek already tomorrow, 7:16, normal high this time of the year, 38 degrees, normal low of 23, the record high in the state, 59 set back in 1952, and the record low, a cool year, 4 below set back in 1966. Well, Doppler radar right now is quiet. This is ground clutter, but we're keeping an eye on things off to the west, developing system, which could bring some snowfall. Looks like good chance of seeing some rain across portions of southern Minnesota. Our satellite view at this hour currently showing scattered clouds. Look for mostly clear to partly cloudy skies overnight. Now, areas across extreme northern Minnesota with that lack of cloud cover and that blanket of cloud cover to keep the daytime heating that we had today is going to be non-existent, and that's going to allow for temperatures to tumble later on tonight. There is some moisture again developing off to the west, portions of Montana. That's all pushing off to the southeast. Mixture of some rain, a little bit of sleet, and some snow in portions of Montana, and now moving into western portions of North Dakota. Temperatures 27 degrees in Bismarck, 36 in Rapid City, 20 in St. Cloud, 30 in the Twin Cities, 32 in Worthington. Right here within our viewing area, temperatures right now 14 degrees Park Rapids, 12 degrees in Bemidji. They could see a low tonight down to around 8 degrees, 21 in Wadena. Central third of the viewing area, Alexandria presently at 21 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, 22 in Sauk Center. Wheaton at 23. Southern third of the viewing area, temperatures a little bit warmer. 29 in Tracy at last check, and in Marshall, 27 in Granite Falls, Canby at 28. Our surface map currently showing that we do have a cool front draped across extreme southern Minnesota. High pressure is keeping things in check for right now, but that's going to be drifting off to the east. As you can see, some snow off to the west. By tomorrow, a warm front actually will first of all invade us, but following that, a cool front is going to be affecting northern Minnesota by tomorrow. That's where we're going to see that mixture of some rain, sleet, and snow across northern Minnesota. Here's that forecast for tonight. Let's check out the details. Partly to mostly cloudy early on, but then partial clearing overnight. Lows tonight down to around 22 Alexandria, 8 degrees again up in Bemidji, 18 in Brainerd, 26 in Marshall. Northwest winds becoming southeast at 5 to 10. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, rain mixed with some snow. Best chance of some snow again across northern Minnesota. 1 to 3 inches possible up around Bemidji, maybe an inch or so from Alexandria on north. 43 for a high, Redwood Falls, 42 in Wilmers, southwest winds at 5 to 10. Your 5-day outlook, most of the snow should wrap up by Wednesday night. A few flurries lingering into Thursday. 32 for a high by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It looks like dry conditions with daytime highs in the low to mid 30s, warming up to near 40 coming up by Sunday. Enjoy the week. Keep it right here. We'll keep you up to date on the latest on the weather tomorrow morning. We'll send it back to you, Drew.
All right, thanks for the update, Mark, and thank you for tuning in tonight for your local update. We had some visitors here today at the station, and from the St. Mary's Alexandria Boy Scout Troop and us here at KSAX-KRWF, have a good evening.
Today's look at WeatherNet Live is brought to you by E85. Breathe easy. Your car will.
Hello, hello, hello. What's with the reverb thing in car ads? Reverb. Yeah. At Volkswagen, we just offer all 2003 models with over 50 standard features, great resale values, and a promise to work with you until you're behind the wheel of a German-engineered car. But we can do the whole reverb thing too, I guess. Echo. You having fun with that? Yeah. Volkswagen. The cars and the deals are for real.
Good things are happening. I go to talk, I start to sing, yeah. Good things are happening.
Want to be on the next season of The Bachelor on ABC? Then come on down to the casting call at Sam Goody Central. It's in the Mall of America, November 17th between noon and 3.
Take and bake deeper dish. What's that?
Well, ma'am, to start, we load it with toppings 3 pounds deep.
Oh.
Yeah, just pop it in your oven for a great pizza. It's gonna revolutionize pizza as we know it.
So what'll happen to other pizzerias?
Oh, they'll have to diversify.
And now try our traditional deeper dish pizza for just $6.99. From our kitchen to your oven, Papa Murphy's Take and Bake Pizza, a fresh way of making pizza.
She wanted...
With the most powerful diesel engine out there, Super Duty's got the most towing power in its class. So don't miss truck season at your local Northland Ford dealer.
Ain't no doubt my king of the mountains built Ford tough.
smooth.
From KSAX-TV, this is Eyewitness News at 10.
Good evening and thanks for tuning in for your area's only 10 o'clock local update. I'm Drew Keogh. Authorities in Candy, Ohio County are looking for a Wilmer teenager. 18-year-old Daniel Newville of Wilmer has been missing since August 1st. According to authorities, Newville was heading to a party and never showed up. Authorities also report that from their knowledge, it is common for Newville to be gone for a long period of time and mysteriously show up. But this time they believe things could be different. Daniel Newville, again, is 18 years old. Anyone with any information on this case should contact the Candy, Ohio County Sheriff's Department. Well, 2 other searches for people in central Minnesota continue tonight. There's been no sign of Joshua Guimo, who disappeared over a week ago near Collegeville. Also, Erica Dahlquist of Brainerd disappeared on the night of October 30th. Search activity slowed over the weekend, but some of the families plan to take their cases nationwide. ABC's Good Morning America hopes to interview some of the families sometime this week, and the New York Times ran a piece in yesterday's paper on the stories. Authorities continue to investigate who shot and injured a state trooper yesterday. Trooper Chuck Backus was off duty driving from Litchfield to Moorhead when a bullet struck him in the neck. Last night, authorities searched for clues on where the bullet came from.
At this time, nothing is ruled out, but we really feel that it was just an errant shotgun slug being fired at a deer.
Backus drove himself to safety before being transported to a Fargo hospital. Investigators have interviewed several hunters from the area and are now conducting ballistic tests to find out which gun the bullet came from. The other passenger in that car was unharmed in that incident. Well, every year the cold and flu season arrives and hundreds of thousands of people become ill. Many miss school and or work, costing millions in lost productivity and in doctor's office visits. In fact, studies have shown that the average person is bound to catch the cold 2 to 3 times a year. This month is now the prime time to get your flu shot. While the shot can prevent the flu, there are many other ways to prevent from getting the cold.
It's very important to help prevent the spread of colds. But it's important to take it a step beyond that as well and to disinfect commonly touched surfaces with an EPA-approved disinfectant like Lysol.
Flu shots can be obtained through your healthcare provider. Well, a lack of cash means fewer state troopers across Minnesota these days. Minnesota ranks 47th in the nation when it comes to the number of troopers per 100,000 people. That means many parts of rural Minnesota will no longer have 24-hour patrols, not even during those snowstorms. Troopers say that leaves too few of them and too many people possibly waiting for help. State Patrol hopes the new governor and legislature will come up with the money to help hire some troopers. Troopers believe they need at least 200 more to be full staff. Ground was officially broken today at the site of Minnesota's newest soybean processing facility. The new plant will be built near Brewster. It's expected to process 100,000 bushels of soybeans per day when it reaches full capacity. Over $31 million in equity was raised from more than 2,300 farmers. The plant will crush soybeans for meal and oil. Well, it's taken more than a year to hear, but finally a school in central Minnesota is in the record books. Last October, students in Cold Spring gathered to break a Guinness hug record. 2,902 students and community members linked their arms together to form a chain. The chain circled the school district's athletic field and was unbroken, and the students formed the letters to spell Rocori. The school was recently contacted about the record. Now a village in England is considering an attempt to break that record. Well, a great start to the work week with well above average temperatures during the day and clear skies tonight, creating wonderful conditions to get out there and look at the Leonid meteor shower. For more, let's check in with our very own stargazer, meteorologist Mark Anthony, who's in the Weather Center.
Hey, thanks a lot, Drew. What a beautiful day it was today. And tomorrow looks to be almost a carbon copy of today. We should see temperatures once again in the 50s across portions of central Minnesota and southern Minnesota. A little bit cooler air across northern Minnesota and a little bit more cloud cover, looks like, for your Tuesday. But a big night going on tonight. Let's check out the Leonid meteor shower is going on. It actually started a couple of days ago, but tonight is the peak of it. Now, the meteor shower will appear to come out of the constellation Leo in the eastern sky, which is why they are named Leonids. The best time to view it tonight is between 10 o'clock and 4:30. And I'll look to the eastern sky and get away, of course, from the city lights. That is called light pollution. So a good night to check it out. If you can't check it out tonight, it still will go on for the next couple of nights, but tonight is the peak of that. Again, going on now between now and 4:30 coming up on your Tuesday morning. Well, how about those highs and lows today? Alexandria, 47 for a high, morning low of 26. St. Cloud, 48, 24 for low this morning. Twin Cities topping out at a pleasant 45, morning low of 26. But look at that, Redwood Falls, 53 degrees, morning low about half of that of 27. Brainerd seeing a high today with sunshine, 45. Wilmer, 52, and look at that, Marshall, 54 after a morning low of 34. Another day coming up tomorrow again, almost a carbon copy, as I said. As far as the almanac forward today, sunset, 4:46 on the rise tomorrow morning, 7:24, normal high this time of the year, 36, normal low of 20. The record high in the state, 57, set back in 1979, and the record low, look at that, 1 below, set back 10 years later in 1989. Well, Doppler radar right now. This is ground clutter. Clear skies across most of the upper Midwest, although partly cloudy skies across portions of northern Minnesota. Look for dry conditions continuing for tomorrow and again on Wednesday. There is a trough of low pressure off to the west, which could trigger some instability and a few flurries, mainly across northern Minnesota, looks like for Wednesday night. Satellite view right now showing mostly clear skies across the upper Midwest and a good share of the plains. There are some clouds off to the west, and we're going to see a building of clouds later on tomorrow night, I think, mainly across northern Minnesota. As we put things in motion, mixture of some rain, a little bit of sleet, and some light snow falling through portions of Wisconsin earlier today. That's all pushing off to the east, a few flurries well off to the west in portions of Wyoming and into Montana. Our temperatures pretty mild for this time of the evening and night. 36 degrees in Rapid City and in Bismarck, 36 in Worthington, 35 in the Twin Cities, 32 in Duluth, around the 48 contiguous, 43 degrees Kansas City, 42 in Denver, 71 along the lake shore in Los Angeles, along the Pacific Ocean, 63 degrees down in Miami Beach, and in New Orleans, partly cloudy and 59. Our surface map across the upper Midwest is showing that we do have low pressure that is situated through the Plain State. That has triggered the instability across portions of the Great Lakes region. High pressure off to the west, though, keeping our weather in check. By tomorrow, still high pressure dominating our weather pattern. Wrapped around that high pressure, we'll be seeing winds from the west. Let's check out our forecast for tonight. Expect mostly clear to partly cloudy, 29 for low Alexandria, 30 in Wilmer and Redwood Falls, west winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then for tomorrow, for your Tuesday, a pleasant day, partly sunny and mild. Highs in the 50s, 42 around Brainerd, 38 up in Bemidji with some clouds there. West winds at 5 to 10. Your 5-day outlook, 48 for high on Wednesday. Looks like a windy one for you. Clouds will be moving in. Chance of some flurries Wednesday night, then clearing off again Thursday and Friday. Back to you, Drew.
All right, thanks for the update, Mark, and thank you for tuning in tonight for your area's only local update. A couple unexperienced Vikings played a huge role in yesterday's possibly the biggest upset in the NFL season. KSAX-TV returns after the break with sports. Have a good evening.
From KSAX-TV, this is Eyewitness News at 10.
Good evening and thanks for tuning in for your area's only 10 o'clock local update. I'm Drew Keogh. Tonight, residents in Candiota County had a chance to share their thoughts on the proposed merger of two area towns and a township. New London, Spicer, and New London Township are considering a merge. The merger would give the combined city a population of more than 4,000 people. They already share a school district. A task force has studied the merger, and the public is expected to vote on the issue next spring. While a recount is underway for the state Senate seat district in District 12, Republican challenger Paul Corning defeated incumbent DFLer Don Samuelson by only 143 votes. Today and tomorrow, a canvassing board is recounting ballots in Crow Wing County. Thursday and Friday, the recount will take place in Morrison County. State law provides an automatic recount in any race that is decided by less than 0.5%. Well, the Prairie Players Community Theater in Long Prairie has performed its way into an award-winning show. The community-ran theater has been putting on shows for the past 5 years. And since its opening act, the theater has continued to grow with its state-of-the-art studio and nearly a 500-seat auditorium. Now the theater has been awarded the Minnesota Community Education Association Project of the Year.
I think it's a pat on the back to this community. This is a very small community to support this kind of theater, although we are drawing audiences from both St. Cloud and Alexandria at times and the Twin Cities. So we're very proud of this award. It's a validation, and we hope that people will continue to come.
Some of the theater's recent shows include Bye Bye Birdie and The Music Man. Their current production, My Fair Lady, is expected to take stage next season. For ticket and show information, you can contact anybody at the number you see on your screen. Well, the student ID program went into full swing today in Staples. Students from kindergarten through 5th grade took time out of their day to get fingerprinted, photographed, and to have DNA samples taken. This information is then put into a computer disk and then sealed into an envelope to be brought home to the students' parents. The information is then supposed to be kept in a safe place in case of a possible emergency.
Well, I think it's important just everywhere. I think that, with a lot of the things that have happened over the last few years, a lot of missing children, even now we have missing adults, anything that we can do to help in the recovery or possibly identification of a child is very important.
The Staples Motley Community Committee, consisting of local law enforcement, the Staples Lions Club, and the Staples Chamber of Commerce, decided that the Child ID program was one way to keep their children safer. Police Chief Huber is hoping to update the students' files every couple of years with the hopes of expanding the ID program to all ages in the school district. Well, it's time now for a short break, but coming up, meteorologist Mark Anthony will join us with your area's only local weather forecast. Stay tuned.
Thinking of a new home? Well then, stop by Anderson Homes in Topeka. Come in and take a walk through your new home today. Check out the beautiful modular home village. Gorgeous modular homes by Wisconsin and dynamic setup just for you. Plus, choose from the area's best selection of manufactured homes by Friendship and Rolo Home, all ready for immediate delivery and setup. There's no waiting. Serving you for over 50 years and beyond. Check out their website, Anderson Homes in Topeka.
Wow, you just got to see Central Minnesota's largest complete home theater showroom at Cullen's Home Center. Experience the awesome clarity of RCA plasma TVs with 4.5-inch deep screens. Check out the RCA Scenium TV with a built-in DVD player, a high-definition tuner, and Guide Plus Gold. Get 0% free financing for 1 full year on select RCA models, all on sale. Take advantage of our low prices and 1 year free financing through Saturday. Cullen's Home Center, Alexandria, Wilmer, and now in Fergus Falls.
Hello, I'm Pat Sullivan from the Rustic Ridge Store in beautiful downtown Alexandria. As many of you know, we recently had a fire in our building and we lost all the contents in our store. We've had many calls offering help and prayers from people who don't even know. It is truly amazing. My wife and I and our family and our staff would like to thank the people who helped us the night of the fire and all of those people who have called. It means so much to us. We would like to wish you and your loved ones a happy and blessed Thanksgiving.
Now at Stone Mountain's Flooring Outlet, our cardboard spokes guy Art wants you to have beautiful new floors in-home for the holidays. Get factory direct savings of 20 to 70% on carpet, vinyl, laminate, ceramic tile, and more. Thousands of colors and styles in stock with no payments, no interest till 2004. So come in today and have new flooring in your home for the holidays for less at Stone Mountain.
See Stone Mountain Carpet Mill Outlet, 2710 Highway 29 in Alexandria.
Welcome back. Well, it was another wonderful day with above average temperatures across much of the viewing area, but not as nice as this morning when the peak of the Leonid meteor shower was on display. Time now to check in with meteorologist Mark Anthony in the Weather Center. Mark, did you have a chance to get out there and stargaze this morning?
Yeah, I did quite a bit of it actually there, Drew. You had to be pretty vigilant to stay outdoors. I was out from about 1 a.m. till 6 a.m. Things really didn't start to pop until about 4:30, 5 o'clock in my neck of the woods. but was able to get out and enjoy some of the Leonid meteor showers. Thanks for asking. Well, let's check out our weather today. As far as our highs and lows, 47 Alexandria. Normal high this time of the year, about 34 across central Minnesota. So doing the math, about 13 degrees above normal. We'll take that. A low this morning of 31. St. Cloud, 48 for high. Twin Cities, high of 50 yesterday, 45, so they warmed up 5 degrees. 34 for a morning low. Redwood Falls at KRWF, seeing a very pleasant 50. Brainerd 45 and Marshall 54 after a morning low of 34. And your almanac for today, sunset 4:46 on the rise tomorrow morning. Wednesday midweek 7:26 off to work and school. There's a normal high for this time of the year of 34, normal low of 19. Record high in this state set back in 1989, 58 degrees, and the record low in 1950 was 3 above. Well, Doppler radar is picking up a few sprinkles, mainly across northern Minnesota. And as you can see back in the Dakotas, we do have a couple of weather disturbances that are going to be making their way across the upper Midwest over the next 24 to 36 hours. Potential does exist for some scattered rain for tomorrow across a good share of the viewing area, but then possibility again Thursday morning across portions of southern Minnesota. Our satellite view right now indicating clouds starting to increase with that next system moving in as we put things in motion. A little mixture of some rain, a little bit of sleet, and some snow in portions of the Dakotas. Again, that has been pushing off to the east. A little mixture now starting to move into portions of west central Minnesota. Temperatures around the upper Midwest. 34 degrees in Fargo, still 50 degrees. There's sweltering in Rapid City, 38 in Bismarck, within 37 presently in the Twin Cities and in Rochester, 36 in Des Moines. Quick look at temperatures around the 48th contiguous, 68 in Phoenix, 70 in Los Angeles, 50 in Kansas City, and 64 degrees in New Orleans. Well, as far as our surface map right now showing things pretty quiet across most of the western half of the nation. There is a cool front across the eastern seaboard. We do have potential again of instability, which could bring us some moisture again tonight and once again for tomorrow. That surface map tomorrow showing a trough of low pressure off to the east. That could trigger again some moisture across the upper Midwest. Here's our forecast for tonight. We'll see increasing cloudiness, chance of some scattered rain, few sprinkles. Lows tonight, 27 Alexandria, 28 in Wilmer, 30 up in Bemidji with a cloud cover, keeping the afternoon and the early evening heating in. West winds at 5 to 10. Then forward tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, chance of some scattered rain, highs in the 40s, 30s to the north, 50 maybe around Marshall. Southwest winds becoming westerly, gusting up to around 20 miles per hour. Your 5-day outlook, things will clear off again coming up later on in the day on Thursday. 42 for a high on Friday. Chance of some rain mixed with some snow on Saturday. Much cooler for the weekend. Drew, back to you.
All right, thanks for the update, Mark. Law enforcement agencies across the state held press conferences to announce their Safe and Sober campaign. Press conferences like this one coming up here in Alexandria were held to announce the kickoff of a statewide effort to get Minnesotans to buckle up this holiday season. Agencies announced they will have extra patrols working overtime through the end of November with the hopes of keeping Minnesota's roadways a little safer. Well, there's some good news tonight for drivers who use State Highway 59 north of Morris. An 18-mile stretch of the highway will reopen tomorrow. Highway 59 had been closed all summer and so far through the fall from Highway 27 south to Morris. Well, that'll do it for this local update. The Wild looked to skate with royalty out west, and the Wolves were looking to keep the Grizzlies winless on the season. KSAX-TV returns after the break with sports. Have a good evening.
Turning minivans or generous cash allowances up to $3,500. In addition, you'll receive a leather trim seating credit on select models. So consider this your invitation and see your Chrysler dealer today.
You're gay. What kind of world do you live in?
You might think these are crank calls.
I suggest you get the funds together to pay your bill.
These callers are on the job, but just how far can debt collectors go on the phone?
Your situation has not changed. You're using it as a crutch.
Get answers tomorrow at 10 on Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
The JDRF Walk to Cure Diabetes is almost here. Recruit your team now to raise money and walk for the event. Presented by Channel 5 and Star Tribune. Log on to KSTP.com for details.
Here's the dirt on the knee. On most of our collection of stylish head-turning minivans or generous cash allowances up to $3,500. In addition, you'll receive a leather trim seating credit on select models.
This local news update is brought to you by Anderson Homes, Topeka.
From KSAX-TV, this is Eyewitness News at 10.
Good evening and thanks for tuning in for your area's only local weekend update. I'm Drew Keogh. Cass County authorities are investigating a deadly fight between two deer hunting brothers. The incident occurred in Deer River between two brothers ages 49 and 45 whom are both from the St. Cloud area. No names have been released, but we do know the older brother died from the fight and the younger one was taken to the hospital for a possible skull fracture. Now authorities are still investigating this incident. We'll bring you more information as it becomes available to us. Well, there have been no new leads in the cases of a missing Spicer teen and a Brainerd woman. Candy-Ojai County authorities have conducted searches through the air with a helicopter and on the ground with canines and have found no new information on the whereabouts of 18-year-old Daniel Newville. Newville has been missing since August 1st. He was last seen at a party in New London before he disappeared. And authorities in Crow Wing County are still looking for any leads in the whereabouts of 21-year-old Erica Dahlquist. Dahlquist was last seen at the Tropical Nights in Brainerd on October 29th. Anyone with any information about this case is strongly encouraged to contact the Crow Wing County Sheriff's Office at the number you see there on your screen. Well, the Cosmos Strip Club has reopened its doors with a couple new policies after a few charges of prostitution closed the club earlier this month. The juice bar was shut down after police filed prostitution charges against club owner Dale Peterson and some of the club dancers. Peterson was arrested after at least one of his dancers allegedly solicited an undercover police officer for sexual acts at the club. After renovating and a couple of policy changes, the club is once again up and running. Well, the equity in your home is likely one of your biggest assets and one you certainly don't want to lose. But Eyewitness News found a number of families are losing tens of thousands of dollars of equity. As investigative reporter Rob Lear shows you, some call it ripping.
The Rogers family spent the summer camping, but not by choice.
I even told my wife, I said, them people want the house, they don't want to help us.
The Farrows are not living in their home anymore either.
So my whole house is actually sitting in this 8x10 storage out here.
Dan Jess moved his family out, but only after a sheriff's deputy showed up with a court order and a moving van.
I have no right to my property at all.
Jess says he had $30,000 of equity in his home when it went into foreclosure. He says he lost that equity after doing business with a realtor named Pat Aylward and the owner of Rand Financial, Albert Miller.
Our niche is a client that has a deep financial trouble.
Miller and Aylward say they explain all the options to their clients. But after reviewing foreclosure notices, property records, and court cases, an Eyewitness News investigation found a pattern of people all wondering how they lost their homes.
Well, we call it equity ripping.
Attorney Tom White specializes in housing issues.
They're not telling these people the whole story.
Under Minnesota law, when people can't pay their mortgages, their home goes into foreclosure and it's sold at a sheriff's auction.
What am I bid for this particular piece of property I've just described?
They then have 6 months to pay their debt and redeem or keep their house. But many people can't make those payments. So realtors send mailers offering to help sell the home or refinance. Pat Aylward's mailers warn there's still time to act. Don't delay.
Said he could help me, but we needed to buy some time.
To buy that time, homeowners say Aylward and Miller recommend they take out these $100 mortgages.
It enables the consumer to have more time to redeem and stay in their property.
Yes, homeowners say they thought they were buying time to refinance. They say they didn't realize, should they fail, Miller was now first in line to redeem or buy their homes.
Basically, you sell your property at that time when you do that.
Once Miller owns the house, he offers them a new deal. He'll rent it to them for a year and then sell it back to them.
If we don't feel that they can make the payments, we will not enter into an agreement. The last thing we want to do is take back properties.
But Miller says he ends up taking them back half the time. Our investigation found the rents can be twice what the homeowner was paying for the mortgage, and the cost to buy it back in a year will be higher than what they owed at foreclosure. Realtor Pat Aylward acknowledges there are risks.
You've got to execute If you don't make those payments, you run the risk of losing either the house or a portion of the equity in the property.
The homeowners say by the time they learn what the real costs are, it's too late. Miller has them sign paperwork with big, bold letters spelling out the terms of the deal. Problem is, by now, Miller already owns the house.
Rand redeems the property, sits down with the people, has them sign an acknowledgement saying, I have not been defrauded, and they're told unless you sign it, you're going to be evicted from your house because
White makes that claim in a lawsuit he is filing against Aylward and Miller. Our investigation uncovered documents that show Aylward as the real estate agent and Miller as the financier working together on several deals. Miller pays Aylward a commission for the opportunities he brings in.
We'll put in-floor heat and gypcrete over there.
Opportunities that eluded Dan Jess, the Farrows, and the Rogers. They lost their homes, their equity, and they're feeling burned. I'm Rob Lear, Eyewitness News.
Miller acknowledges his transactions are complex, but says every step of his process is legal. There are many more state and city programs available to help you if your house falls into foreclosure. To learn more, you can go to the KSTP website at kstp.com. Well, it's time now for a short break, but coming up, meteorologist Rob Cook will take a look into your work week weather forecast.
Thinking of a new home? Well then, stop by Anderson Homes in Sebeka. Come in and take a walk through your new home today. Check out the beautiful modular home village. Gorgeous modular homes by Wisconsin and dynamic setup just for you. Plus, choose from the area's best selection of manufactured homes by Friendship and Rolo Home, all ready for immediate delivery and setup. There's no waiting. Serving you for over 50 years and beyond. Check out their website, Anderson Homes in Sebeka.
It's Schweeder Chevrolet Oldsmobile's Thanksgiving weekend used car and truck extravaganza this Friday and Saturday. Choose from their entire inventory of used cars and trucks, all sale priced. Register free to win a trip for two to Las Vegas. Includes airfare and hotel accommodations to be given away. No purchase necessary. Plus, get low 5.99 APR financing up to 60-month contract on any 95 or newer used vehicle you purchase. Hot dog and pop for just a quarter, Saturday only at Schweeder Chevrolet Oldsmobile, 110 North Franklin Street, Glenwood.
Firecat. See dealers at Sauk Center, Morris, Little Falls, Alexandria, and Glenwood.
The Light Depot's huge indoor Christmas tree lot. Save this 4.5-foot Fraser for just $49.99. Also featuring the S'mores collection. The Light Depot, Brainerd Baxter.
I'm a Ford truck man, that's all I drive. I ain't got no boundaries, I don't compromise.
If you're looking for a no-nonsense, hard-working truck, there's only one that'll go the distance. Ford Super Duty. And during truck season, you can get one with $1,500 cash back or 0% financing for 36 months. With the most powerful diesel engine out there, Super Duty's got the most towing power in its class. So don't miss truck season at your local Northland Ford dealer.
Ain't no doubt my king of the mountains built Ford tough.
Swift County authorities are calling last weekend's trooper shooting an accident. Authorities believe last Sunday a deer hunter positioned himself 500 yards away from the roadway and fired 3 times at a deer. One of those slugs hit an off-duty state trooper, Charles Backus, and hit him in the neck. He was passing through Benson on State Highway 9. Backus is on his way to a safe recovery. The Swift County Sheriff's Office is close to completing the case and again is expected to rule the shooting an accident. Well, light snow and cold temperatures across much of the viewing area throughout the weekend. Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Rob Cook in the Weather Center for an early look at your holiday weather forecast.
Thank you very much, Drew. Temperatures tonight cooling down rapidly, but still plenty of clouds outdoors. We're on our way into a cool but not very snowy week the way it looks right now. Mostly cloudy for the rest of the night. One storm exiting way south and east of us in the Tennessee Valley. Another one will move into western North Dakota tomorrow afternoon. Some light snow with it. Looks like it'll drop over South Dakota, producing most of its precip west of us. But we will see skies staying fairly cloudy for tonight, clearing up a little bit as we go throughout the day Monday. Let's check out the details tonight. 10 degrees, one of our coldest nights in quite a while. Northwest winds at 5 to 10. During the day Monday, we will only warm up to 23, just 13 degrees on a late November day. There will be some sunshine and the wind should be fairly tame at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Here's your Thanksgiving week forecast, and as you head into Tuesday, 24, 28 on Wednesday and partly cloudy, and Thanksgiving Day itself, 33, mostly sunny skies. Friday afternoon warming up, partly sunny, a few late day snow showers, and a high 37 degrees. Drew, have a great start to the week.
All right, thanks for the update, Robin. Thank you for tuning in tonight for your local update. KSAP returns after the break with highlights from today's action in the NFL. It was a big day. Have a good week.
Shake up the holidays with 000 on every new Chevy car. Get 0 APR financing, 0 down payment, and 0 payments for 90 days.
10-year-old Cold Spring boy. On November 21st, 1-year-old Andrew Matson became unresponsive at a daycare facility in Cold Spring. He later died that evening at the St. Cloud Hospital. Authorities report Matson died of a brain injury due to child abuse. No one is in custody at this time, but authorities believe Matson sustained the injury within 12 hours prior to being dropped off at that daycare facility. Well, the St. Cloud Police Department is investigating what they classify an unusual death. Last night, officers were called to a gas station in St. Cloud where they found 49-year-old Lester Franklin not breathing. Franklin had been picked up by an unnamed truck driver in the Fargo, North Dakota area. The truck driver thought Franklin had been sleeping, but when he discovered no pulse, he called for help. Franklin was later pronounced dead at the St. Cloud Hospital. Well, the young boy is recovering after accidentally being shot in the face. The shooting happened in Yellow Medicine County at a trailer home. According to the Yellow Medicine County Attorney's Office, a 13-year-old boy accidentally shot another 13-year-old boy with a .22 caliber rifle. When authorities arrived at the home, they arrested 22-year-old Michael Visnes. Visnes faces several charges, including negligent storage of a firearm and child endangerment. Well, deciding what to do with the rest of your life is hardly an easy decision, much less for a high school junior. Yet, they had a chance to try that today by learning about the future opportunities that may lie ahead of them. Reporter Dan Williamson has more.
If you had a job doing this kind of stuff, would you get paid pretty good, or?
When you least suspect it, the future can sneak up on you. But fortunately for many area high school juniors, they're preparing for any sneak attacks by attending the Community Career Exploration in Alexandria.
It's always been a really wonderful turnout. I think the kids come away with some good information, and what that'll help them make some good decisions for themselves.
With dozens of different displays, from manufacturing to medicine, students putted their way through a variety of choices and opportunities.
Where would you work in places like that? Like if you were an accountant?
Sam Bergman from Evansville was there, and so was Marcy Olson from Alexandria.
Would you have any information you'd want to share with me?
Neither are sure what their future holds, but they have a vague idea and plenty of questions.
What is all this about?
So what's this about?
How much schooling do you have to go through to?
You want to tell me a little bit about that? Sure.
So if you're in a job like this, you get to like diagnose that and tell what it is?
Next stop? I don't know.
Though Sam and Marcy still don't know where they want to go with their future, they did have many of their questions answered.
You learn a lot about the different careers, probably something that you would never think of doing yourself, you know.
They're very informational, give you lots of information. Anything you want to know, they help you out.
The name of the game today seems to be careers, and from top to bottom, you can get any sort of information your heart desires right here at the Arrowwood Resort and Conference Center. Maybe someday you might join our team. Reporting for KSAX-KRWF, I'm Dan Williamson.
About 650 juniors from Alexandria, Brandon, Evansville, Minnewaska, Osakis, and Parkers Prairie attended today's Community Career Exploration. Well, it's time now for a short break, but coming up, we'll check in with meteorologist Mark Anthony to see what the skies will bring for your Turkey Day.
Thinking of a new home? Well then, stop by Anderson Homes in Sebeka. Come in and take a walk through your new home today. Check out the beautiful modular home village. Gorgeous modular homes by Wisconsin and dynamic setup just for you. Plus, choose from the area's best selection of manufactured homes by Friendship and Rolo Home, all ready for immediate delivery and setup. There's no waiting. Serving you for over 50 years and beyond. Check out their website, Anderson Homes in Sebeka.
Steinbring Ford in Glenwood is celebrating 15 years of sales and service, and we're passing the celebration savings to you. Below invoice pricing on all new F-150 pickups, Explorers, Tauruses, and Expeditions. We'll have invoices on each vehicle, so you'll deduct another $150 from invoice price. Add that to applicable rebates, dealer cash, or take special financing, and you're celebrating. Don't forget special sale pricing on all used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, and we have a load of Ford certified vehicles. Thanks for 15 years. Steinbring Ford in Glenwood.
Christmas time doesn't have to be just candy canes and fruitcake. For all of your holiday shopping needs, shop the Grain Bin, Alexandria's most complete health food store. They offer a complete line of herbs and vitamins, plus hair and skincare products for your whole family. There's also a specialty food section with many easy-to-use mixes for your guests with food allergies. Check out the huge selection of high-protein, low-carb products for those who want to be slimmer and trimmer in the new year. Christmas time can be healthy for you. Holiday greetings from the Grain Bin, Viking Plaza Mall, Alexandria.
Hello, I'm Pat Sullivan from the Rustic Ridge Store in beautiful downtown Alexandria. As many of you know, we recently had a fire in our building and we lost all the contents in our store. We've had many calls offering help and prayers from people who don't even know. It is truly amazing. My wife and I and our family and our staff would like to thank the people who helped us the night of the fire and all of those people who have called. It means so much to us. We would like to wish you and your loved ones a happy and blessed Thanksgiving.
Well, we had cool temperatures and light snow across much of the viewing area throughout the day today, but nothing like last year at this time of the year down in Wilmer. For more, let's check in with meteorologist Mark Anthony with a look at your holiday weather forecast.
Thanks, Drew. You know, last winter, of course, was an unseasonably mild winter. We kind of forget a little bit about how things kicked off in November, tail end of November. Actually, most of November last year was a very mild one, but we did have a snowstorm. Let's check out the details on that. Of course, the snowstorm of the 26th, 27th had kicked in late on the 26th. Wilmer received 30.4 inches of snow, which started again late on the 26th. 21 inches of snow fell in a 24-hour period in Wilmer on the 27th. Now, that was a record single record day for Wilmer for the most snowfall in a 24-hour period. As Drew said, nothing like that on the horizon. We actually have some pretty mild temperatures coming our way, but today, chilly temperatures was a rule. 24 Alexandria, 13 for Low, St. Cloud, 26 Twin Cities topping out at 28, 15 for a morning low, Redwood Falls starting off the day, 17 for a morning low, warming up to 25. That's unseasonably cool, about 6 degrees cooler than normal for that neck of the woods. Brainerd, 24 for high, Marshall topping out at 25. Look at that, Bemidji, 19 for high, but a morning low of 2 below. That was nothing compared to Embarrass, Minnesota, where they bottomed out at 17 below zero this morning. And our almanac for today, sunset 4:40 on the rise tomorrow morning on a Wednesday as we gear up for Thanksgiving Day, 7:34, normal high this time of the year across central Minnesota of 30 degrees, normal low of 15, record high in the state, 52 set back in 1960. Well, Doppler radar is presently picking up some light flurries, mainly across portions of central and southern Minnesota. Look for a possibility of some scattered flurries throughout a good share of the region. I think mainly the southern half of the state is clear skies prevailing across extreme northern Minnesota. Our satellite view indicating some low-level clouds out there, some clouds building off to the west, and I think for tomorrow we'll have mostly cloudy skies, an approaching warm front. Ahead of that front, we'll see some clouds building once again for tomorrow, but then things should clear off for Thanksgiving Day for much of the upper Midwest. Some light snow wrapped around, high pressure that has been situated across the state. Wrapped around that, though, we've been pulling in some cooler air from Canada for today. It's 10 degrees in Bemidji. Look at that, already 1 below in Hibbing, 8 in Brainerd, 16 St. Cloud, 19 in Wilmer and Redwood Falls. Around the upper Midwest, 5-state region, 22 in Bismarck, 11 Rapid City, 21 in Des Moines. How about our surface map at this hour? Indicating right now high pressure situated across the state, a trough of low pressure to the north, though, and that's going to bring enough instability, I think, forward tomorrow, where we could see some flurries across the Dakotas and extreme northern Minnesota. That's going to allow for some clouds to build forward tomorrow, too, keeping the temperatures down a little bit. Here's our forecast for tonight. We'll see partly to mostly cloudy, Cool conditions, scattered flurries a possibility. Not quite as chilly now, I don't think, up around Bemidji. 8 for a low, around 5 for Brainerd, 10 for Alexandria, 12 in Redwood Falls. West winds at 5 to 10. Then forward tomorrow, expect partly to mostly cloudy conditions. Flurries possible to the north, 25 for high Alexandria, 30 down in Marshall. Southerly winds bringing in a little bit milder air at 10 to 15 miles per hour. That 5-day outlook, nice weather. Good reason to be thankful for Thanksgiving Day. 39 for high, 38 for Friday. Good news there, Drew. Back to you.
All right, thanks for the update, Mark. Well, two towns that had to dig themselves out from that record snowfall last year are still looking at merging into one city. A vote to merge the cities of New London and Spicer has now been pushed back to next April instead of March. Voters will go to the polls on April 8th. The proposed annexation originally prompted both towns to look at a merger. Well, I'll do it for this local update. Thanks for tuning in. KSTP returns after the break with sports. Have a good evening.